Hello, my name is Jennifer Locke. The following presentation is for IDS 402 at Southern New Hampshire University. This presentation will bring awareness to non-standard work shifts and the impact that shift work has on the worker's health and well-being. In this presentation, we will discuss three parts to understanding: an introduction, the issue, and the plan. I will first provide a brief summary of social practices in wellness. Secondly, I will discuss the impacts of shift work on the health and well-being of the individual worker. And finally, a discussion on what should occur to bring awareness and action to the issue at hand. First, as I begin, let's discuss wellness. Wellness is the action of choices in the consciousness, environment, and lifestyle that impacts one's health. Health is a condition of your mental and physical being. For purposes of ease and understanding throughout this presentation, health and wellness will be used interchangeably. SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Administration, a branch of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, leads the public health efforts to advance the behavioral health of the nation and guides us in advocating for 8 dimensions of wellness. There's spiritual, which is in regards to values, purpose, intuition, and vitality. Emotional, which is in regards to feelings. Intellectual, in regards to the mind, and physical, in regards to the body. Financial, or finances that are secure, occupational, career, and skills. Social, family, friends, and relationships. And finally, environmental, air, water, safety, food, and its surroundings. A path for optimal wellness requires that we achieve successes in each of the dimensions, as each dimension overlaps with the next. Deficits in one may impact or put stressors on the next. Ancient philosophies have brought traditional systems that sought to balance the life systems from mind, body, and spirit. These concepts direct and focus the interconnectedness within the 3 forms. My given field of study in healthcare has seen growth as a society through interdisciplinary approaches. Technology has brought greater scientific advances in medications, medical equipment, and treatment. These advances have both improved financial economics of some regulatory used medication items such as diabetes care products and medications such as penicillin. With such advances, our social practices have progressed and have forced us to realize the importance of health and wellness has declined. Though advances are positive for growth and opportunity, past decades have seen increased technology and demand requiring non-traditional work shifts and increasingly sedentary lifestyles. The lifestyle changes have proven to show an increasing epidemic of obesity and chronic health conditions that continue to plague the U.S. The behaviors of instant gratification, on-demand wants, and increasing stressors have influenced personal preference and perceived needs while decreasing positive behaviors of healthy eating, physical activity, and mental health. So as you can see, technology has brought us positive movement on what we can offer an individual to both diagnose and provide guidance for improving and maintaining one's wellness. But social behaviors have challenged us with, quote unquote, finding time to address the necessary changes. One global issue that is important to discuss and plagues many who work is shift work. Shift work is work done outside the traditional 9 to 5. Many industries rely on individuals to work jobs that require part of or complete shifts outside of normative hours. To understand modern-day shift work, we must learn of early labor relations and our journey as a society towards non-traditional work hours. Shift work goes back to the late 1800s, where day and night crews were necessary to meet demands for product or services, especially in the factory setting. Employees were overworked, underpaid, lacked appropriate health care, and worked in unsafe conditions. Unions were established to help employees with safer conditions, better pay, and to direct regulatory requirements. Union pressures limited work to 8-hour shifts and forced the government's hand to establish various laws and acts such as the National Industries Recovery Act and the National Labor Relations Act, which included provisions for minimum wage, maximum hours worked, and collective bargaining. As the 1960s brought on a baby boom era, the labor force was engorged and included an ever increase of women. 12-hour work shifts regained popularity. Around-the-clock shifts became necessary to meet changing demands. And by 2004, more than 22 million Americans worked non-traditional shifts. That averages out to be about a fifth of the workers. Alternate shifts were predominantly male. And of note, socioeconomics played a decidingly key part in the likelihood of the poor, Black, and Latino populations between the ages of 24 and 45 working these shifts. The lion's share of shift workers can be found in the service industries, which include healthcare, protective services such as firefighting, police officers, and military, food service, production, and transportation. Workers have chosen these jobs for various reasons, such as job requirements and necessitating it, child and family care needs, lack of options due to lack of jobs, or better pay. And although there are a number of reasons to work such shifts, the impact has been at the detriment of the health and wellness of the workers. Negative effects can span from minor issue to major and life-threatening, with the biggest impact being on the circadian rhythm. The circadian rhythm is a 24-hour cycle in the physiological process of living beings, and it is important in determining sleeping, eating, brain activity, cell regeneration, and the daily cycle of the individual. When the individual works a non-traditional schedule, the body is at odds with work, sleep, and other responsibilities. In a 2011 presentation by Dartmouth-Hitchcock sleep physician Adam Sorsher, he notes that deferred sleep patterns affect the natural circadian rhythm and hormone disruption. These disruptions can put you at increased risk for obesity, cancer, ulcers, and impaired thinking. It can also induce insomnia, impair glucose control, increase blood pressure, long-term health consequences, and increases to gastrointestinal issues. Though not all shift workers have these side effects, roughly 20% do have some sort of effect. This lacking of sleep hormone disrupts the circadian rhythm, putting it out of sync. In my specific career path of healthcare workers and health and well-being has a major impact on both their own and patients' lives, as medical care needs don't stop outside the 9-to-5 workday. It is ever more prevalent if the circadian rhythm is lacking sleep, social interactions, behavioral health, diet and exercise, as reactions and deficits are quite noticeable. It is extremely important to be at safe and healthy levels both for themselves and their patients. Employers can ensure that shift work has minimal impact on their workers through flexibility of schedules and ensuring their workers do not burn out, have adequate time between shifts for sleeping and other responsibilities. Workplace wellness programs could provide adequate education, health coaching, employee assistance programs, and other resources to ensure workers have understanding of healthy habits and the negative impacts of shift work. The government can assist in ensuring safe and healthy habits by decreasing costs for healthier options while increasing costs for unhealthy food choices, by assisting employers through tax breaks, to those companies who promote safety by providing wellness opportunities, education, and resources to employees on alternate shifts. What the worker needs to do is reset their clock by increasing their exercise, making positive dietary choices, maintaining a regular sleep schedule, supplementing melatonin, and keeping social interactions. For over a century, the necessity of non-traditional shift work has been evident. The ever-changing in demand with advancing technologies will only continue to enforce a round-the-clock need for workers' time. Collaboration of the worker, employer, and government can negate most effects of shift work to maintain a healthier society.